Bum. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we've been traveling back in time and playing COD World War II. With there being a new COD coming out this year, which is rumored to be another World War II Call of Duty. By the way, let me know in the comments what you guys think about that idea. I wanted to go back to World War II and basically just revisit what it was about, how good it was, the setting, and what it plays like. For me, I mean, I didn't play this game a lot. I'm going to be completely honest. I enjoyed it quite a bit when it first came out, but they changed a lot recently, and I've started to enjoy it much more. And as you can see, I literally didn't reach past first prestige on this game. Played a maximum of 18 hours of the game, and yeah, we didn't get a lot done. But if you guys don't remember, there's something, obviously you've got things such as the HQ. The HQ is this massive thing, so it's pretty much like a rip-off of Destiny, where you can run around the HQ with all of the players, watch them open supply drops, and everything like that. You got a 1v1 pit, you can test out all the score streaks in the game. There's even a firing range. You can test out new weapons, new attachments, see what works, see what doesn't. I think that's a really good feature. I feel like we take stuff like this for granted when the game first comes out. Admittedly, there was a lot of bugs with the headquarters when the game first came out, and as you can see, I'm still loading into it. But as you can see, it's quite a cool concept. I mean, you've got a social score, you can go to your mail, you can pick up the daily payroll, you can get given things, and then obviously you've got this thing called contracts. Obviously, supply drops were a big thing in this game. I mean, it was never the best to buy supply drops. Like, it's a complete waste of money, and the amount of filler items like grips and things in this game were pretty damn stupid. One of the things I did like about this though is how the Major Howard gives you a lot of contracts, and it clearly states here that you can get them for army credits, you can do them for supply drops, you can get them for weapons, and it's just so cool, some of the things you can do with this. And yeah, I think they did a lot of things right in this game, but also a lot of things terribly wrong. As you can see here as well, this is the firing range. The second you go into it, you go into first person, and you pull out the weapon that you've got on. I believe it's the first weapon in your class or something like that. So at the minute we've got the PPSH. So again, you can just shoot any of these, and then obviously this will bring all of these down and stuff like this to test the recoil on guns, test attachments and stuff. I thought that was a really good idea. And recently, towards the end of the game, you could do this thing where effectively loads of planes would fly over, and you had to defend the HQ with these flak guns. On paper, it sounds amazing. It's something that I think they should explore doing in newer games, and because the concept is there, it works very well. And yeah, it's just unfortunate that there were so many issues with it at the start of the game, else I believe it would have been taken to a lot more. But what was the gameplay like? Was the gameplay any good on this game? And would we like another World War II game? And the World War II game, again, coming out, which has been rumoured, is again developed by Seldghammer, who did make this game. So, if anything, it will feel pretty much very similar to this game. And that's not a bad thing, because it's not a bad game. It doesn't feel too bad. I'm just hoping that if they do another game like this, they take all of the feedback on board from this game. So, like, at the start of the game, all of the divisions were very restricted. So, you couldn't have suppressors on barely any of the weapons. You could only have suppressors on SMGs. You couldn't have them on anything else. And, again, very restricted. And they tried to make it very World War II like at the start of the game. Then they very fast learned that that's not the way. People didn't really like that, and yeah, people got bored of it very fast. So I'm hoping they learn from their mistakes in the new game if they do bring it out. It's like with Modern Warfare at the moment. It's just so much you can do with that game to make it absolutely amazing, because it's a modern game and it fits very well into obviously our day and age right now. And it's one of the best CODs I've played, period. One of the best CODs ever made, has to be, hands down. One thing they need to add though for all CODs going forward, and this is just for console, they need to add an FOV slider. It was such a game changer having that on Cold War on like Xbox and PlayStation. Honestly, it needs to be a standard across COD moving forward. It's such a good feature to have. Oh, this gun kind of shreds, oh my god. So guys, let me know in the comments down below, like, what do you think about this year's COD potentially being a World War II COD? Like, are you happy about that? Would you prefer it to be another modern game, or would you prefer them to go into the future, but obviously without the boost jumping? And let me know if you like the boost jumping. I mean, for some people, I've spoken to a couple of people, and they said that they didn't mind the boost jumping in Black Ops 3 and things like that, and they think that it would be kind of refreshing to have something like that back, or it done again, but in a slightly different way. So no like ridiculous boost jumping, but there will be some form of movement mechanics in the game. So maybe you can just thrust side to side rather than having to obviously boost jump, wall run and stuff like that. Maybe that's a good way of doing it. I mean, there are so many DLC weapons in this game as well, and again, a lot of them are locked behind a paywall. There are a lot behind supply drops. But the good thing about this game is that something that Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4 didn't necessarily do is that you had something called salvage that you could effectively take into this game. You can earn from the games. You can sell things out of supply drops. If you've got a duplicate in supply drops, you could obviously then take that salvage, and you could purchase some of the DLC weapons as well from like the headquarters, and that was a good way of doing it. And also, one of the good things that not a lot of people have mentioned is that Seldghammer actually put a lot of the DLC weapons into the standard issue. So when you first start on COD World War 2, obviously then you'll get a selection of standard weapons that have been put there by the developers for you guys to use until you rank up and basically get your own weapons. And the good thing about this is that Seldghammer have actually put a lot of the DLC weapons in that category, so you could use them without having them unlocked effectively, which I think a lot of other games should also be doing. I don't think it's talked about enough that was done in this game. Well, I don't have this gun right now. This is a DLC weapon. It's called the rib rolls or something like that. I don't have this gun. This is a standard issue weapon that's used. This is like a default class weapon you can use without unlocking it, and yeah, this thing hasn't been talked about enough that this was a feature. Also, you could attach and detach suppressors. I mean, how sick is this? Like, if you want to go silent, bang it on. If you want to go loud, have the full range, you can take it off. I think that's, again, a feature that should be in other games. Like, I feel like CODs go backwards and forwards with some features. Like, they implement something absolutely sick, and then they take it out of the next game. And again, that's one of the reasons why I think that one COD game should come out every 2 or 3 years. I don't think a year cycle for a COD game is necessary, because there are so many good features in some of these games. I don't know why they've been taken away. I mean, obviously World War 2, yeah, it wasn't a great game, and it was good, but I think we needed a new game after this because it was a bit stale, and I think everyone didn't really warm to the idea of a World War 2 game anymore after it. I'm on a bit of a streak right now, the boys.
Flush out the enemy.
Guys, I would love to know down in the comments what you guys think of the news of there being a COD World War 2 effectively coming out as the 2021 Call of Duty. I mean, for me, I don't mind as long as I enjoy the game and they do things relatively right. So, I mean, with Cold War, it's just, I've got so many gripes about the game. I mean, it's a good game at the heart. The base of the game is very good, and I think in a couple of months when other DLC is added and it's not going to be as stale, I think it'll be a lot better than it is currently. But the state that it was launched in and the state that it is in right now, I mean, right now it's not too bad, but when it launched, bro, there was no content at all. It was effectively the Cold War beta 2 that came out. Let me know down below what you think of the news, and yeah, guys, it's been a chilled out video today. I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, just leave a like, that'd be amazing, and yeah, we'll see you in the next one.